All right, so I'm going to read some questions and answer them for the newlywed or to be newlywed game. And yeah, I might pause the video depending on how long it gets. I'm not sure. And I did look at some of the questions before. Uh, and so let's begin. What is Ashley's favorite food? So, being the first question, I did think about this a little bit. I think that Ashley's favorite food, uh, she uses spaghetti squash as a substitute for like gluten, pasta, and various other things. So uh, that's something she likes to cook with. Maybe as far as her favorite like snack type food, I think that she likes chips a lot. She does, enjoy different salsas and guac when we have it. So, what is Ashley's shoe size? Ashley's shoe size, I believe, I think it's like she has big feet relative to I think her height and her toes, but I think she's probably like a nine or a 10. Well, I'll say nine. All right. What was your first movie together? Um, I think that the first movie that we saw. I mean, I probably saw one before this, but I distinctly remember like Django. Like Django was one of the ones that was definitely a important movie, a good movie. But I'm not sure if it was the first one that we saw, but it was up there. Um, what is your biggest pet peeve? Hmm. Um, I think that this is like a reoccurring theme. Maybe sometimes how talkative I am. I talk a fair amount, and I always like to get, you know, good communication. And but sometimes I drive myself nuts with that too. I wish I could cut it out sometimes. So yeah, maybe just over verbalizing things. What is her most prized possession? Hmm. I have a good one, but it's sad. Annie was a dog, but she wasn't a possession. But some people say like owners and things. But Ashley was her mom, so outside of that, as far as inanimate objects, mm, Ashley does keep a journal that I am very respectful towards, so I imagine that that's very important to her. So, if she could be an animal, what would it be? Well, this is easy. I mean, if she doesn't want to be a cow and like a glorious, heifer for auction or not, no, for scoring, for judging, to be judged with her soundness and whatnot. I'm sure she'd be very sound if she was a cow. And if she doesn't want to be a cow, then shame on you. Uh, what is your favorite thing about your fiance? Well, she deals with my stuff. She deals with me talking and having to, verbalize and get things out. So she's patient, even though maybe she doesn't give herself enough credit, and she's reasonable, and sometimes she doesn't give herself enough credit there. But when she's able to like sit down and chat, we can really connect. So that's good. So she's patient with me. What is her favorite song? So we're doing like the song stuff for the wedding. So I know this. This is Somewhere Down in Texas. I don't know the guy who sings it, but it's not Kenny Chesney. What is her dream vacation destination? I mean, maybe the Netherlands. I mean, that's a trite answer, but it's also something that I think that we had been talking about, going and seeing some European things. Um, our favorite vacation destination. Yeah, I think that's something like pretty cultural. So yeah, some place over in Europe. Uh, what is her favorite restaurant? That is also kind of a not easy, but I think probably Plaza Azteca. She enjoys it. It's maybe not like the most fancy restaurant ever, but it's good and it's a good value, and they have good margaritas and they have nice guac, and yeah, Plaza Azteca is a good standby. Who is her Hollywood crush? Mm, so I'll have to think about that. I don't think it's Magic Mike anymore. At first, that's how we sort of hit it off, is she had mentioned something on her profile about Magic Mike. Yeah. So, but currently, I'll get back to that one. Hollywood crush. Is your partner a morning bird or a night owl? Well, she gets up and is functional in the morning, so I would say she's more of a morning bird than a night owl, but she sleeps in when she can, whereas like I can't really sleep in even if I have an opportunity. So, I'd say that she is a morning bird that can not rise with the worm when she's able to. Hmm. Oh, okay, fine. Maybe like Chris Soules. That's just somebody where I was trying to think about a series that we were watching together. So maybe her Hollywood crush would be reality TV star turned maybe felon, because he like ran into somebody and killed them on a tractor. I told her that the other night, which is why it comes to mind. So Chris Soules, a nice farm guy, country guy. Oh, and then Luke, he was also in that season. Those are two acceptable choices. I mean, I don't think she watches shows for any dudes or anything. And then of course Sweeney, but he's also my Hollywood crush too, so I can't hate on her for that. Sweeney. All right. If your partner could only bring one thing besides you to a desert island, what would it be? Mm, other than Annie, um, something useful. A desert island. I don't know, like food, or maybe just fire. I don't know. A desert island. I don't know. It would be something useful, and if we weren't gonna die, and something we needed something for entertainment, we bring a Mancala board. But I guess we could make a Mancala board there. It's the best thing about Mancala. You could make sand marbles and then make a sand Mancala board. We would bring our happy ideas together. I don't know. What's your partner's favorite season? Um. Uh. Well, I mean, summer, we get the summers off. As far as weather goes, around here, this area gets nice. So that's a view over the valley, Springfield Pioneer Valley. And so when we're in the late fall and the early spring, those leaves are off the trees. Um, yeah, I would say spring, early spring. She seems to be very attuned with what's the earliest I can, start doing stuff on the weekend. So she's very much about the opportunity to get going. So yeah, spring. Which of your habits does your partner dislike most about you? Well, outside of my illicit vices, general habits. Mm, uh, mm, um, well, I guess that has to be a habit. Yeah. Well, I do, have certain. Let me pause this. I'm running out of wind. I'm gonna pause it. Okay, so I think maybe saying sorry a lot. I say sorry. I think this is more of a general thing, because I don't know. I've just grown up with guilt in things, and that I don't know. I say sorry unnecessarily, and then it puts her off, I suppose. But yeah, I could do well to I don't know, not try and get her affection and approval all the time by being a little needy. So not being needy and saying sorry is some specific habit that goes along with that, I suppose. What is her favorite alcoholic beverage? Um, she she's been doing seltzer recently, and it's nice in the springtime. And so spiked seltzer, and then putting some vodka in that, to spike your spiked seltzer. That's good. So I'd say, some sort of seltzer and vodka or spiked seltzer. What is your partner's secret talent? Her calligraphy is certainly something maybe not a lot of people know about, and along with that, she's been getting into art with the wedding stuff. I think people know she's informed people that she knits, but yeah, she has a few talents. The calligraphy, though, I'd go with. If you could throw away one item of the bride's, what would it be? Hmm. If I could throw away one item. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna pause it. All right, I got the perfect one. And if Amber's in the room, I apologize. This is sort of a joke. The pictures of Tommy. We got so many pictures of Tommy, all over the place. Everyone should have them in their room. Put up a website, get your picture of Tommy. But we've got plenty. So, what's the one thing would be? The one thing would be all of the pictures of Tommy. Who is a better driver? Me. That's not something she would debate. But she can back in, so that's good. So it's not like she's a bad driver. I'm just really good at driving. What would the bride say if she could throw away item of yours? Oh, so I read this before, and I thought, well, what she would say? She would say, "Good riddance, that's it. You deserved it. That's it. I'm no, that's it." That's what she would say while she was throwing it away. It would be the source of all her problems what she threw away. So she would probably throw away one item of mine. Specific item. Mm, well, she would throw away my iPad. I could get by without it, and certainly it's caused aggravation with some games and that sort of thing. So you want to mitigate screen time. Everyone should, but online communities can be preoccupying, and so yeah, I'm kind of getting over some of that too. So I would throw it out sometimes and read a book. All right. If your bride could only bring one item on your honeymoon, what would she bring? She would bring. Um, what would she bring? What would she bring? Oh, on our honeymoon? I don't know. Like protection. Outside of that, booze. Not that much booze. Booze in moderation. Um, uh, I consider our honeymoon a nice little camping trip, and then going to the Netherlands. So, in the camping trip, we want to bring less stuff to enjoy each other more. So, hopefully, something that won't distract from us. So, something that would be nice. Bring a camera for a memory. What would she bring? Booze. I'll go with booze, but those are some other ideas. When you met, what was the first thing you noticed about the bride? I noticed that she had a nice aura to her and that she was very radiant. We were up at the High Line, and then it was like sunset, and her hair really caught the sun, and it was all goldeny, and she was very smiley and happy. What makes Ashley special to you? She, all the things I said before, she's willing to put up with me. She thinks I'm funny. I say a bunch of things all the time, and she has a good sense of humor, and she can keep up with all that. And so I think that's, special if you can spend a lot of time around somebody. Um, and yeah, this is a general question, right? So yeah, what makes her special? A lot of things, and the fact that we get along better the more time we spend around each other over the summer, and we do projects together, and she is interested in getting me into some projects and new things, and she's very supportive. and she does a lot for us in the relationship. And I don't need to go into all that, but she knows, and she knows that I know. What is the thing you admire most about Ashley? I admire her consideration of others. She really tries to display consideration, and that's not something where I'm a very much, hey, if you need something, ask for it. If I want something, I'll ask for it. But this is something where she offers a lot of things, and so it's not really my culture to offer and do a lot of gifting things. But her proactiveness, it sometimes doesn't go her way because people might be less appreciative than she put in, but she puts in a lot of effort to show consideration, and she's a good gift giver, and it's one of her very important values that I've grown to appreciate. And so, yeah, that's that. Okay, that was okay. I only had to take 2 cuts or whatever, and those were very brief cuts. I didn't come back 15 minutes later. All right, hopefully this works. Bye.